All right. Hear me now? Hello?
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out. All right, to prophesy the downfall of America. All right, to let you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans know you are the true descendants. All right, the people of the Bible. All right, that walked through the Red Sea with Moses. All right. Okay, but before that, we're going to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the icons pushing his word throughout the four corners of the planet. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom, shalom. So we're probably just going to start. We're going to go through the spirit, but I'm pretty sure everybody, all you brothers know, and for the YouTube world, we're going to basically start off with just talking a little bit more about the Roe versus Wade. But we're not going to get into all the semantics and feelings behind it. We're just going to get into some facts to kind of like outline exactly what's going on and why it's going on. All right. So I'll start from the beginning. Roe versus Wade was erected about 50 years ago based off of the 14th Amendment. And if you know about what the 14th Amendment is, it's basically your right to privacy, right? So the case was built on a lie that she was actually raped and gang raped and everything like that. So they passed it basically saying that a woman should have constitutional rights to have an abortion. Just recently, they overturned this. The Supreme Court overturned this. Now, if you know anything about the Supreme Court is the highest court system, and with their jurisdiction and the purpose of them is to interpret the Constitution based off of what is brought in front of their face. And if you look at the Constitution, the 14th Amendment has nothing to do with the woman's right to an abortion. And the reason being is because it's unconstitutional to have a right to an abortion when we're talking about life. However you want to look at it, on the left-hand side, they over there talking about how once it's a fetus, it's life. The right-hand side saying until it's born, it's not a human. All that semantics and bullshit. We're not getting into all that. But that is what Roe versus Wade is about. It's about overturning the 14th Amendment. Now, I'm going to give you some understanding of factors on why it is happening right now and what is the sole purpose for it. Now, first reason that the reason why the Roe versus Wade was overturned at this time is because there's midterm elections coming up in the fall. And on the ballot for midterm elections is Roe versus Wade for the Democratic Party. Now, we know that America is split in two. And we know that a lot of people do not like the Democratic Party because of how the economy looks, how Biden, all these false promises of the devil, and and how all these false promises were basically put forth. But if you look at the studies, the number one, the majority of the people that go vote is mainly women. So what they did was they stirred the hornet's nest, right? Overturned it and then put it on the ballot for the Democrats. So when women go to vote, and during the midterm elections, they're going to be voting Democrat because the black vote is not going to get Democrats put back into office because the majority of black people know they've been bamboozled, they've been duped, they've been lied to, which they've been being lied to since the beginning of this country. But our people are foolish and didn't understand anything. Now they're seeing it for face value, and Esau can't hide his deception anymore. So what they did was they overturned Roe versus Wade, stirred the female population up.
Hey, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Hey, they're talking about looking into the same-sex marriage as well.
Exactly.
All right, so they might do away with that as well. Hey,
and all of that was from what party? The Democratic Party.
Hey, you know what I believe too? Through the spirit, I believe that they're Esau see his kingdom falling. Yep, so he's trying to pretty much, if you will, kind of like I don't want to say the word repent, but he's trying to
fix up.
He's trying to clean up his act a little bit.
Yeah. So you should get if he's evil to himself, how can he be how can he be good to anyone else? Real quick, and he's absolutely right. They are trying to clean up this up because Esau hates Esau. Egyptian versus Egyptian, what the scriptures tell us, right? And the last major factor of why Roe versus Wade was overturned is because of the birth rates of the so-called white man that are at an all-time low. A study just came out about a week ago saying that this is the first time in history that their death rate is higher than their birth rate. And there's major factors because of that. First of all, Esau's kingdom is completely wicked. They teach their women feminism and also career first minded. So they're looking for careers and they're putting off the family structure and kids for a long time, which is making their birth rates drop. And then studies also show that 60% of all abortions are done by white women. Not they'll tell us it was our women. So the thing is, they created it to kill off the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? But it backfired on them because 60% of the women were white women who were aborting these babies. And then you also got to throw in the opioid epidemic that's been onslaughting them for the past 10 years, you know. And then you also got to think, man. The latter will be stronger than the first, man. Jacob will be stronger than Esau. So, like they tried to do what Pharaoh tried to do back in Egypt, how they tried to get the house nurses to stop our stop the men from being born, to kill all the men, the first child, is because they were trying to genocide or lower our population. But this is the same thing through the spirit. Yahweh Shem Shah has put those curses in Deuteronomy onto Esau, and we're seeing it in full effect right now. So the major reason for them...
Let me just grab this, because you're saying a lot of stuff, but I got to pull some scriptures.
No, go ahead, bring it up. I'm just giving understanding behind it. Salakia. Go ahead.
Sirach 14:5, it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods."
So Esau has been evil to himself for so long that Edomites are now against Edomites. That's why you got the pro-lifers versus the anti-lifers. And then the Republican Party, which is the pro-lifers, if you want to call them that, they are all anti-abortion because they're trying to quell their numbers. So there was a statistic that went out there saying that if we can stop 60% of the abortions from happening, our numbers will swell back up. Their population will go back up. All right?
Proverbs 26:25. When he speaketh fear, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
And that's perfect, because who created all his policies and procedures? Esau. So he did give a pit, and he's the one falling into it, because he created Planned Parenthood to kill off the children of Israel, right? He created redlining and social constructs.
The opioids.
The crack epidemic. They tried to bring back the crack epidemic by using opioids, but our people had learned from our past mistakes, and we not dealing with that shit. So who fell into it, man? Esau fell into it. So now their numbers are dwindling at an all-time high. That's why if you see there was a rally for Trump, and one of the things that the lady that was speaking, I forgot her name, Pelosi or something like that, one of the things she said was this was a great win for white life. Why did she say that? Because if Planned Parenthood was continually just affecting the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, there would be no need for overturning Roe versus Wade. But they came up with the solution. The only way to get our numbers back together is to stop these women, 60% of white women, from aborting these babies, man. Go ahead.
Psalm 7:14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and had conceived with mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.
Exactly. So everything that Esau has been trying to do has been basically backfiring in his face, man. It's like a faulty gun, and they tell you not to shoot that joint. It's too old, bro. Don't shoot that joint. Let you know, boom, you don't want to get shot because the bullet popped back. The gauge pop out, hit you in the face, man. Esau is killing himself. He's trying to build his kingdom, but everything he does, the Most High is throwing a monkey wrench in.
All right, boomerang that thing.
He's like, you about to do what? Oh yeah, y'all take that shit. Oh, you want opioids? Oh, y'all take the shit. Oh, abortion clinics. You thought my people? Remember I told you can't. The Most High said you can't count his people from the sands of the sea and the stars in the sky. There's no way you can exterminate the children of Israel off the face of the earth unless it's willed by Yahweh Shem Shah, man. And it's not ordained for that. You know, we're ordained to inherit the kingdom, starting with the elect.
Yeah, because it says in Ecclesiastes 1:4, it says the earth abideth forever. The earth abideth, so with the sun and moon will. And the Lord said, if you can get rid of the sun and moon or whatever, then I get rid of Israel. It ain't gonna happen.
And another thing you gotta understand is the Most High set the bounds, man. I forget that. I set that bounds so they shall not pass.
Oh, shall not pass.
Yeah, shall not pass. The Most High set the bounds for Esau, man. Esau had his reign. Esau had his chance. Esau ruled in wickedness, man. And everything that's coming to him is all meant to come back to him.
Get this going. After Root 4 and 6, because the brother said basically that we were meant to be destroyed. All right. It says, Root 4 and 6, you were sold to the nation, not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh Shah to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies. For you provoked him that made you by sacrifice unto doubles, and not to Yahweh Shah.
So we were sent into captivity, and all these calamities and all these curses in Deuteronomy were put on us because we broke the covenant and we worship other gods, man. We didn't follow the path that the Heavenly Father mapped out for us, man. But it wasn't for our destruction, man. Because in Second Ezra it talks about Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning and follow. And the 240 years of America is up because every great civilization from the Babylonian, the Persian Medes, the Greek, the Roman empires only lasted, like the great empire only lasted for about 240 years before it started to crumble. You know, now we know the Roman Empire lasted for 1,000 years, but that was a different prophecy. But most empires only lasted for 240, and we see America on its last legs, man. And there's a saying, it says, you can always tell a nation by its women. And if your women are aborting the babies, they're being feminist and becoming more masculine, they're out here they're rebellious, they're career-minded.
Hey, the Edomite woman, she rebellious as hell, bro.
Exactly. You know,
she done got a taste of that little bit of what you call, if you want to call it freedom. Hey, this bitch done lost her mind, bro.
That women's suffrage movement shit fucked y'all up.
And
then y'all brought the black woman, the so-called black woman, into it to try to destroy the Israelite family, which it worked for a time. But the Most High said that our captivity will be no more, man. So there's nothing you can do, Esau, to bring us back into our captivity, and everything you're trying to do, all it's going to do is keep backfiring on you. It's going to keep backfiring on you, man. All this shit, listen, they said there was a study that their death rate was higher than their birth rate for the first time in history. It's bad.
Yo, but through the spirit, I believe it's been like that. But
it's just from Reagan, it's been going down.
Yeah, but I believe, because Esau like to play with numbers. You know what I mean? And I believe through the spirit, and not to mention, you got a lot of Esau women, all right, dealing with Jake, man.
Oh, that's another thing.
All right.
I'm glad you said that.
You got a lot of that going on.
So let's be realistic. Segregation was based off of what? It wasn't based off of the fact that, they just wanted to be separate. They didn't want their women dealing with us, because what happens? There was in a book, they equated the black man's penis as a gun and said this is the proverbial gun that's going to kill our genetics. Meaning, because the most dominant gene on the planet, we already know, is the Israelite gene. Now, they would say the African mitochondria, whatever, but we're going to say Israelite gene because we are the legendary bloodline and the only bloodline that matters on this earth.
And because the Lord gave us the blessing of what? Of being fruitful and multiplying, all right?
Throughout the scriptures.
White man.
We did.
All right, so what was I saying?
We respect to be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, the Lord gave us the blessing of being fruitful and multiplying. All right, that's why what it say, the more we was oppressed.
I'm about to say that. Yeah.
All right, the more we multiply. All right,
that's telling Jake, look, y'all gonna be sorrowful, but we can still fuck though.
And that's the thing and the thing is, why did the Lord put that upon us? Why? Because He knew that we would have to go through trial and tribulation here in our captivity.
And if He would have cut the wounds of our women off,
we would have been in a broken spirit, not wanting to procreate, or like if our forefathers had didn't have the spirit to have sex. All right, while we was in slavery here in America, we'd be wiped out.
You're wiped out.
All right, but the Lord put that on our spirit. Hey, Jake want to relieve that stress. All right, what you get from that? You get babies, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I see Israelite woman. Hey, I see on the way down here, Israelite woman with her belly out. All right, about the pop, man. You know.
A lot of women praying right now.
Yeah. So this is the deception of Esau.
Hey, not just that, not just they messing with Jake, but they also, a lot of these so-called white women, all right, they can't, Esau, all right, they can't have, it's not that they can't have baby, the men the men's sperm is weak, man.
Yeah, that was a study as well.
You know, they shooting out blanks. So all these things come into play.
And then
what and you get?
No, you're right. No, everything you said was absolutely right. So like the sperm count for white men is at an all-time low. White women are in droves are going over to Israelite men in droves. Like it's to the point where seeing a white girl with a black man or a Spanish man, so-called black and Spanish man, is normal now. It's like it's normal. And I'm not talking about. Remember how those are the cliches to be like, oh, y'all only fuck with the fat white bitches. No, I'm talking about they bad as a bad. Fucking with Israelite men, man, because they understand the glory, man. It's been like that. That's why the marriage certificate was created. Marriage certificate was created to stop white women from marrying black men.
Yep, that's true.
Because at an all-time rate, white women were going to black men at a very. This is history that they won't tell you that you got to go looking for. That's the only reason why the marriage certificate was created, because it was basically saying that, all right, if you want to marry that black man, in the lamest terms, you want to marry that black man, his debt is now your debt, and you're going to be forever attached to that.
And they knew the curses was attached to it.
Exactly. So look, if you want them curses put on you,
if you want to live in poverty, if you want to be, in a state of, perpetual mourning, hey, when you get with this black man, that's what you're going to have.
That's a regular ass car.
That's how it is now. Yeah, man. So understand, the midterm elections are coming up. They knew that the most people that vote was always women. Remember how we was out here, that whole Black Lives Matter shit? It was always women walking up to us. Hey, did you vote? Did you sign up to vote? It's never men, because women vote. You know what I'm saying? Because men are rational thinkers. We see things for what it is. Women are governed by emotions. So they Roe versus Wade make you believe you're losing your rights. Boom. Guess what? On the ballots coming up, Democrats saying we pro-abortion. Vote for us, because everybody hates the Democratic Party right now. Look at the economy and the world. Simple as that. But this is all Esau playing his own cards to put himself in perpetual chains that are coming very soon. And call hello and Yahweh Shem Shah. Can't wait for that to happen. All right.
But y'all know what though? Most all black men, everybody's incarcerated.
Well, they're about to open the prisons, but that's another story. I'm not getting into that right now.
Mass incarceration. Speak on that.
It's Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
God, because the Most High has got it in Esau's head to be against Esau. There's literally this pro-Christian white Republican man that really believes that we're going to make America great again. We need to fix our birth rates, because it was the Republicans who got that shit overthrown. Like, how the fuck is this constitutional? And then you got the Democrats who are, now mind you, they all serve the same power. They all serve Satan, but the Most High stirred the hearts of the kings, man, the hearts of the rulers, and they're warring against each other, man.
Go hit that again.
Yep, Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
All right, so at the end of the day, you have America is divided on every front. All right, you got the Democrat against the Republican. All right, the House of Representatives against the Congress. You got you have black against white. You got white against white, Esau against Esau. All right, you have pro-vax against anti-vax. You got anti-maskers against pro-maskers. Now you got Esau women. All right, that's against them, man. All right, you got the white woman. All right, that's rebelling against the white man. All right, and that's within the house. All right, then when you take it a step further, all right, you got Esau, all right, divided against himself with NATO and the EU. All right, they got their little differences of division within that set. Then you got Russia, all right, that's against America, which Russia is an Edomite country.
And also, NATO just said that they're going to send in 400,000 troops.
You got Russia, you you got Russia over there killing their own people over in Ukraine.
You see that bomb? You see the
All
missile?
right, that hit that mall. Yeah. All right.
Yo, Russia not playing, bro.
So you got a house that's divided against itself all the way down to the very foundation, man. All right, and what's going to happen? All right, what I mean by the foundation, I mean from the higher ups all the way down to the lower established Edomites, man. To your lower established white people, man. All right, they're divided, okay, within their own country against their own government.
How many times we see Edomites walk by and we show them the sign of all the wicked, and they be like, what you think about them? And they be like, man, fuck them, man. I don't like them. Yeah, man, that shows proof right there that they're completely divided.
Hey, and not just that, but you have the regular Joe six-pack gun-toting Edomite talking about, all right, it's going to be a civil war.
Texas trying to pull out.
Texas, like the brother said, Texas trying to succeed. Hey, hold on, bro. Right now,
What about China invading Taiwan?
Yeah, that's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
But you know, you have all these things, all right, that's a proof of that this place is finished. That Esau, Edom, all right, pursuing the second Esdras 6 and 9, all right, is on his way out, man. All right.
I like that. Completely. If it make it to 2 years, it'll be a miracle. I can see that.
Yeah, bro. I don't personally see it. Like the more and more I be seeing, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, yo, motherfuckers, yo, motherfuckers have it, mind you, and then it says, and they'll be marrying, having babies, and all that, bro. People just like, I actually had a shorty ask me why you ain't have another kid. I'm like, all right. I'm not having another kid because you don't see what's going on. I'm not saying that the Most High ain't going, you know what I mean, protect me, but I'm going to be prudent and circumspect about the situation. I'm personally not trying to go there. I want to be able to just grab my daughter if I got to and be on my way. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the Most High going to protect you and anything that comes across your dwelling. You know, the scripture, protect yours and anything across your dwelling. So, I mean, having a kid for an Israelite, especially if you really in the truth, and you trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua with all your faith, I mean, you 9 times out of 10, you're going to be good money. 10 out of 10, you're going to be good money. But I personally just didn't want to have that extra crutch with me if I got to be on the move. My daughter alone is a crutch, is a girl.
Which one? No. It was something with the goodness blue. One of them joints.
Oh, no, get that. Yeah, and also join
let me get this real
cut them
quick.
off from not being a nation. Most High's, I would cut the son, nephew. I say 14. Yeah. Well, I would say start at 18 with that one because it kind of goes into the wicked and how the branch will be thrown out as that branch. So it talks about it says that branch will be thrown out as an abomination. We know the branch goes into like nations and talk about Esau, and it goes into how we cut them off from being basically a nation because they're iniquity. Extinction, and what's happening right now? We're literally watching their extinction. Now we know they're going to abide for.
Yeah, they're going to be around for a little minute.
Oh, remember, because that's because they gotta live out there. They gotta live out there. But extinction is definitely what they're seeing.
Isaiah 19, starting at the top. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved, and his presence in the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spear of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to their idols, and to their charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts.
And that cruel lord is Yahweh Shai, man. You're going to give them over to a cruel lord, man, and give out that proverbial recompense. And we actually see right now, city versus city, because I just told you how 50% of America is pro-life, other is pro-abortion, and now they're already going back and forth between like there's certain states that's basically saying, oh well, we will pay for women to come to our state to get an abortion. We will pay for that, and then you have other cities talking about banning contraceptives. banning condoms, banning all this, and they're trying to do it because they're trying to save the last great white hope.
Oh, why I said banning condoms?
Bro, in certain states are talking about banning condoms. Basically, places with high populations of white people, they're talking about banning condoms.
Yeah, and guess what? Meanwhile, they're going to have the Planned Parenthood in Jake community. All right, all those red states, all right, they're going to ban abortion.
Yep.
All right, they're trying to get their numbers up. And
what's
in the
funny
blue
about
states, they're going to allow abortion to continue. That's why I heard what the brother say. In opening camp here in Philadelphia, you can still get an abortion.
Yeah, we have blue states. You can, a girl right now, go grab one. They're going to start seeing a lot of migration. But see, and the thing about this whole thing, we were talking about earlier, not to get on topic, this is basically just holding women, this is the Most High hold women accountable, period. Especially our women. You out here being loosey-goosey.
And let me tell you another thing too, man. That's going to backfire. Hey, because they doing all this to get their numbers up.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is the so-called Black Latino Native American
Now it's going to
going tripping, man.
the numbers going to go boom.
Because they everywhere, even in the red states,
Red state,
blue
yeah.
states. All right, the red states, you got Jake there as well. All right, what? The numbers are going to skyrocket, man. All right, so it's going. And then guess what? You're going to have these Edomite women coming to the blue states to get abortions, man.
You're going to see a lot of people flying in.
It's going to backfire, man. You know?
Yep. So one of the major parts of abortion was the rights to abortion was that all women should have the right to abortion, and it was paid by the taxpayer. Basically, if you were low on a social economic ladder and you couldn't afford it, you can get an abortion for free. The taxpayer's gonna pay for it. Now that it's not constitutional to do so, who's gonna be paying for that shit? I'm not. The government washed their hands of it. Grab the Isaiah 14 verse and then we'll bring it back. I would say start at 18.
Isaiah 14, starting at 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch.
And who's cast out like a grave and abominable branch is Esau, Edom. This is their empire, boy.
And as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under feet.
God, this is completely destroyed. Boy.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Oh, who is the seed of evildoers, man? And who is the wicked? According to Job 9:24, man. Earth was given to the wicked. Esau, Edom, man. This is talking about the Edomites, man. These are the seeds of the evildoers. All right, they're being cut off. Literally, the Most High is literally just dwindling their numbers, man. Dwindling their numbers.
Hey, matter of fact, let me get this. Hold that. Let me get this.
I know. I come back there.
You know what I'm going to.
Maybe so. I can think of one scripture right now that's going to hit that.
What?
Actually, the one I'm actually about to get is going to hit it too.
Ezekiel 17:24.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And all the trees of the field should know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree. Like you said, dwindling.
Yep.
Right, their numbers dwindling.
Yep.
All right, that's a process of drying up. All right. It says, have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it.
Time, man. And what is it? What is that high tree? Esau, Edom. What is that low tree? The house of David, the Beathah Wadah, the Israelites, man. He said, "We're dry up the green tree." It's the green tree. Esau again. The Most High always likens the people of the earth as trees, man. And that's why it says right here, an abominable branch cast out. That broken branch, like it was time, man. Fuck this shit. Most High.
Hey, what did you do if you chop down a tree and it dries out and it dwindles? It dries out and it get weaker, but it get dry. What and then what? That wood is what? It's for the firewood.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
You get it?
Because it got to dry out to be firewood.
Yeah, once it dry out, Then what? That wood is made. What it said? I think that was the Obadiah.
Yeah.
Where it says,
I will make that.
stubble.
Yeah, I will make.
the house of,
I will make Judah
A fire.
a fire,
and
House of Esau stubble.
no, and Joseph
a
and
flame.
then
The house
Esau,
of
house of
a house of stubble.
No, because we gotta bring back the kingdoms.
Yeah.
Gotta bring back the kingdoms.
All right, so that show you right there. All right, Esau is that proverbial tree. All right, that the Lord has cut that is cutting down. All right, it's drying out. Hey, that's look, true to the red.
Oh shit.
Right, that's the spirit, huh? You know what I mean? Hey, red Esau.
He like I want to keep it.
That's what they call themselves.
They really
red, white, and blue.
Yo,
man.
they really want to keep their kingdom
Yeah,
so bad, bro.
hey.
They like, yo, we gotta do anything. No more abortions, bitch.
Yeah. Hey, now you trying to put your woman in order. Hey, it's
Now you want to put your woman in order.
listen, they just gonna rebel.
Yep. More and more. Because oh my goodness, before you read that, did you see the video of the big protest going on, and it was that shadowy spirit flying through the crowd,
No.
and they caught it on. It was a black spirit flying through the people, stirring up the crowd.
Yeah,
bro.
that's beautiful.
I cannot.
I can believe that.
Brother. I'm
And
talking
the
about
Lord sending that angel, that evil angel.
Yo, so look, and it was crazy. It wasn't an Israelite that recorded it. It was a person watching the news, and like, what's that? And you just see the spirit flying through
What it say?
through the crowd like this.
What did it say? Because iniquity should abound, and love money shall wax
Love
cold.
of many shall wax cold. Yep.
Hey, so the Lord doing a wonderful,
you have
a
one.
beautiful work. Yeah, you got more than that.
Isaiah 14.
Matter of fact, just start at the top. Start at 18.
Isaiah 14:18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house.
See, this was saying all the nations of the earth, all of them lay in great glory. But what's the Most High going to do? Keep going.
It says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch.
Like an abominable branch, man. All right. Esau's kingdom is cast out, Lord.
And as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under feet. Ain't shit. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
They will never be renowned. They will never go back to their highest esteem.
It said, what it say, thrust through with a sword. So that's that ICD missile, that glittering sword. Go ahead, bro.
21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
And how they going to say, nor possess the land or fill the face with cities. The so-called white man, the Edomite, will be extinct at one point.
At some point, yeah.
At some point, you know. So, you know, and literally, they already were the minority of the planet, but now it's becoming more and more prevalent where they're getting spooked about it. They tried everything in their power, from segregation, marriage laws, redlining, and everything. The complete constitution and everything was created to keep their genetics going. But the Most High made them weak and feeble. All right, they're not strong like Jacob.
That's crazy. Just like theoretically, if they keep on redlining, okay, that one area will look like some shit, but over time it'll still
because
get out again.
their philosophies are fucked. And I'm not trying to say this on camera, but the alphabet people, most of them are so-called white men. They glorifying that shit.
Gentrification will get jaked out again. Like it started, and then it just eventually had to just keep getting jaked out.
Yo, hit that one more time. I'm gonna hit this.
Let's start at
It says,
21.
Prepare slaughter.
yeah.
Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
It's Job 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep. And that's what we see.
Exactly.
Listen, the white women don't care.
You gotta understand that the scriptures never miss. Don't never miss, bro. Listen, look, it just don't miss, man. If you can't understand This, bro, yo, you're through.
Matter of fact, let me read this. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver.
That's
Time. And that's the
gate shall be open continually.
Yep, exactly. The gate shall be open continually. Like literally nothing he can do to get back to his former glory, man.
He shall suck the forces of the Gentiles.
God, you gonna go on that and jump right back.
It says Isaiah 14 and 22. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh Shah host, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and son, and nephew, saith Yahweh Shah.
That's the complete bloodline. Knocking off all the men in a bloodline will get rid of a bloodline because the seed is only passed by the father, right?
23. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and the pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith Yahweh Shah host. Yeah. That's crazy.
He said I was sweeping. He said I'm gonna destroy everything and then I'm gonna just, you know what? Overkill. Sweep
Say that again. Did you say that again?
Read the last verse.
Isaiah 14:23. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith Yahweh Shah host. So basically, like when a nuclear bomb hits, you know how it causes a mushroom cloud and the waves kind of sweep it out.
You're not gonna have a trace of their
This was
civilization.
talking about.
Hey, that's at
Destroying wind. Yep. Destroying
Hey,
wind.
And that's what we
Now,
we about to get through. Because if Taiwan invade China,
Back up a little bit, Elder. Just a little bit.
It's going to cause some problems. Yeah, it would. It would further contribute to
we
problems.
gonna have to go to war with China.
Now Revelation. Now go to Revelation 10 morning.
And that's what we thought.
Shalom, little bro.
In the same period. How's our that might be the same. That might be the same shit I was in. Yeah, that's the same shit I was in. So, 50. 51. Just Google it real quick and get it over with. It's Jeremiah.
Hey, bro.
I think it's 51.
That's where I was at.
Hey, bro. We go to war with North Korea, they got the nuclear weapons.
Well, listen, man. America's through, man. It's a wrap, brother. It don't matter which way they go, man. Listen. It don't matter which way they go.
Will they send them nuclear bombs over here?
Yes, they will.
They will.
Yes, they will.
That's like, yeah, that's something that bad.
Jeremiah
that's
50.
bad, that's like thinking in jail.
Starting at 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of a great destruction. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
How was Babylon brought down low, man? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations, man? You know, what is Babylon? This first and foremost, the chief place is America, but all the tribes of Esau are going to be brought down low, man. The EU, Europe, Russia, all of it, man.
Hey, can I ask you a question, bro?
Yeah, more than that.
One more real quick. Off the shrimp, like one of the joint you put me on. Yeah, real quick. Actually, two. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast stripping against Yahweh Shah. And the Lord Yahweh Shah hath opened up his armory to have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Shah of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. I can keep on going, but I'm gonna definitely hit that other one. You said, damn, would you just I did hammer of war. You said you wanted Oh, you didn't tell me yet. You didn't tell me yet.
I told you.
You said Hammer on Earth and you said Revelation 18.
Oh, die. Right. That's in the beginning. All right, this Obadiah.
That looked fake. That's a charity.
That's like a charity.
That looked fake as hell.
Oh, yeah, I do the fake.
And it looked like somebody, you know how like somebody took like a paintbrush and tried to, bro.
Because I was looking at the rest of the clouds. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that look a little.
That don't look like it's supposed to even be there.
Yeah, it look a little weird. That look a little weird.
Man, come on, take me now. I'm trying to listen, man. I'm
Y'all looking over there, but that was
Obadiah, starting at the top. The word of Yahweh Shah spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee.
Hey, it says, the Lord had made thee small among the heathen. Hey, and that's true right now. And we see, they're trying to do what? They're trying to, save their numbers.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 3, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in a cups of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Shah.
man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
All right, so the Lord said, hey, you coming down, man, whether you like it or not. All right, hey, because the Lord has set that what's that bounds that you cannot pass. You know?
I know I've seen astronauts seeing they being like, okay, so I'm sold too. The space station thing is real. I had a little thing where I didn't really believe that shit.
No. So
but it is though. There's a certain part of atmosphere that gets to it.
So remember, you got different spheres. Stratosphere. There's something called the Van Halen belt, which is the radiation belt, or what you will call firmament. You ain't passing that, but you can get high enough where you waiting to be
in the fluke joint.
You're not getting in the realm of the Most High, man.
Yeah, because they got actual real planes
Hey,
that can
really,
go to the super highest
that
joint.
space station really, that shit like a hotel.
Yeah.
They make it believe like it's a little motherfucking, a little like a space capsule that they floating around there, and that shit probably real lavish.
Ever see all they movies? Interstellar. They always got these big ass stations, people walking around. Yeah, we had 100,000 people up here, bro. I trust. I do believe they up there. I mean, I remember it says they would exalt themselves like the eagle, and they would try to conquer the stars. You know.
Yeah, that's Isaiah 14 as well.
Exactly. So
I will ascend in the clouds, and I will say I'm the Most High.
Exactly. So what they're doing is they up there, but they can't pass firmament. That's why every time they try to shoot missiles up there, that shit.
It always goes like this. Yeah, you ever notice that? It never do go straight up. It goes like this.
You seen the video when it hit the firmament and it looks like a blue pulsating.
Yeah.
Like kind of like you hit you hit water. You water and you see the ripples. It's ripples. So you're not the Most High not like you in this realm. I guess Revelation 18.
I got something. Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and lay his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
It says mountains and heritage.
It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build at desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will go down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation for forever. As for the Lord, is hate you.
That was,
Yo, where that cloud go?
It shouldn't have been that fast either.
Where it go, yo?
It shouldn't have been that fast either, bro. Yeah, that's unless it's more over here, but it shouldn't have moved that fast though.
Nah, bro, that's fucking me up right now.
Yo, where that cloud go, bro?
But
I moved my eyes for 5 minutes. Damn.
See that, yo?
Damn. Bro, I wanted to see that thing just dissipate or something.
around the corner, he kept telling me he can go there.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Appointment ain't shit.
It was big as shit.
It was right there.
It was right there. Between each other, the Stratus
Yeah,
Cloud.
yeah,
There.
it was right there. It was right there.
I mean, but he getting with.
He's like, that's a little cosign. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all
Yo,
dogs
I
sit.
mean, like, boom, then you look up, it's
He's
gone.
gone. I'm like, sit.
So yeah, the Lord, you know, pretty much got it out for this double, man. Hey, no matter what this double do, hey, he's trying to restore his numbers. All right, it's not going to work. All right, it's not going to work. All right, he's trying to build back America great again, and it's not going to work. All right, you can print money now until hell freeze over, man. Guess what? At the end of the day, hey, you're still going to go into captivity, Esau. All right, you could give, you know, come out with your pandemics and all that, and jack the people up with kill shots all you want. Hey, it's not gonna work, man. All that shit is in vain, man.
So Lamentations start at 21. It says,
Matter of fact, what's that one that go? The Lord upset the
So when it's goes down,
oh, like they're, it's kind of similar to Job.
plans.
Yeah, it's like, it's I didn't talk about just like Job. It's just like Job, but it's like a different wording with different prophets.
that's why if I file, they gonna change.
That joint gone, bro.
Like my phone, like,
Bro, that joint's gone.
It's gone.
That, nah.
it's like, nigga, it's like,
Yo, that shit gone, bro.
Here, gone too.
like, I've been there, I wasn't getting
He
there,
gone too.
like, basically.
But that joint was big
That
as
shit was
hell.
big. That was too big. Way too big, bro.
My check was almost stacked.
Either Proverbs 15:22, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where else we there,
I was disappointed.
but I ain't gonna check.
I was disappointed.
Oh, well, see now you worded it different.
So if I found employment, I can eat, but I got another job,
You got Job 5? I knew probably Job. Yeah, Job 5.
He frustrates the devices with the crafty
Job
Job
five.
their
Yeah,
hands together.
That's it.
I mean, follow your instinct. You said that the first time.
I did.
See, it sounded like the joint of Job.
Yeah. So that the hands can perform an enterprise.
Oh, you might as well go over that and also get the I set thy bounds. Get that one, Job
That's
5.
14.
And then go, no, you Job 5 first and then go to I set thy bounds.
Okay, this is okay, yeah, Job 5 starting at 11. To set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty.
Yeah, you can hear it right there. So the Lord is going to disappoint you double, man. All right, the Lord is going to throw all types of monkey wrenches into your what you call your game plan. All right, you're not going to succeed. All right, and you know, long story short, what's up, brother? All right, long story short, all right, you're not going to succeed. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, it was for me?
No, that was it.
Oh, Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
All right.
God, the numbers of his months are with thee or with the Most High. The Most High already has it timed out for as long as the Esau and the Edomites will have reign and rule over the planet, man. What?
That's it. It's a strict I
Con.
got a
The other drawing.
Yeah, Wage Roaring. That's
Bishop.
and that's Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 5:22. Something like that. Jeremiah 5. It's Jeremiah 5:22. Fear ye not me, saith Yahweh Shem Shah. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which had placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it?
Yeah, and that's Esau. That's Esau. He's that wave, if you will. All right, that's tossing and turning. He's roaring. All right, by setting these decrees of no abortion. All right, trying to get his numbers up. Hey, and for them to do this, it must be real bad. But Esau not wanting to really show his hand and let people know really that his numbers down. But him doing this is a telltale sign, all right, that they are losing, all right, the number battle, man. All right, they losing the numbers.
They're losing their footing.
Con. Matter of fact,
Yeah, that is.
they got us good.
That is
So God put me on.
Oh, slippery slope?
It's in Job.
Yeah, it is, Joe.
It's in Job or Psalm.
Psalm 73.
Psalm. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, you want point?
This is Psalm 73 and 18. Okay, yep. Psalm 73, 18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in the moment they are utterly consumed with terrors?
All right, and that's what we're seeing. All right, that's why you have that Edomite jump out at the grocery store and kill all them Jakes. All right, he pretty much put it out there.
He did say something about
He said, all right, the so-called white man, all right, is losing, all right, their numbers. All right, they're being overran by Israelites,
That was
man.
his excuse or his reason.
Yeah, he said, that the so-called white man is losing pretty much their power. All right, and they're losing numbers, and there's not enough of them. And and then you had two cops was fired. For saying that when shit pop off, they're gonna slaughter niggas. All right, and set us back 5 generations.
Yep.
All right, so all these so-called white supremacists, all right, they already got it in their minds, okay, of what it is that they want to do. They know perfectly well what's going on, man. They can't, they don't know to the extent that we know, and even some of them do. All right, but for the majority, the most part, they don't know to the extent we know, but they feel it in the spirit. They can see all around them. Hey, Jake. Hey, up in their neighborhoods where it wasn't no so-called black people, you got Jake all through there, man.
I think my neighborhood right across the street is all old white people.
Yeah.
And then it's moving in. Dominicans moved in, some Puerto Ricans
Yeah.
moved in. I moved in. You know what I'm saying? Behind me is a white family, an Asian family, and on the corner was an Asian family. They moved out because Jake was moving in.
And you also got that within the upper echelon of things, man. All right. All right, you got the what you call rich, so-called white people, man. They're seeing Jake, okay, move into their neighborhood, man.
Yeah, like they having money. Yeah.
Because Jake, all right, getting to that getting to that bag. So they like that. It really ain't no place right now as they see it. All right, America, all right, there's nowhere they can really run, man. Hey, it's getting so bad to where as though, hey, they're forced to come back and live amongst us.
Yep, and then
All right,
they tryna
what they
gentrify
call that? Gentrification, man. All right, where they got to come and live back among Jake. Hey, and just yesterday, some white boy down South Philly, he left his house to go to some type of concert or something. Hey, and Jake ran down on his ass. Four little young niggas ran down on him, beat the shit out of him, cracked his skull, man.
He was an Edomite.
Yeah, he was an Edomite. You know. Hey, the Lord said that Jake should be a terror among the Egyptians, the Babylonians, man. You know.
Well, the Lord gonna use Jake too to go hard body. Yeah, damn sure is.
So, hey, man, you know.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
What was that?
That was
That was put him in a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because hey, can you hit that again one more time?
Yep, Psalm 73:18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou castest them down into destruction.
Yeah, because it's like this. All right, Esau government is likened unto a mountain in the scriptures. Hey, so but the higher you get to the mountain, the more narrow it becomes, man. All right, you don't have that footing. All right, to just put your feet anywhere. All right, that's why I said in a great fall from the. Let me grab it. I don't want to butcher it.
Then I kept calling you from my clinic, my counselor. You don't answer the phone.
It's always some key words that can throw it off.
We also be reading out the Old English, but without
I'm
Willis.
the GOAT. I don't know
Well,
how
bro,
he do it, bro.
You see his Bible?
Yo,
he got a complete Old English Bible, bro.
1611. Like, that's a gift, bro.
It'd be
that's
like the
that's
V's,
special to be able to do
W's
that.
be V's. And
Yeah, he understand that, Joe. Like, but it took him a little minute though. But he still do. That's crazy.
Matthew 7:27, and the rain descended, and the flood came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. All right, and what is that house, man? The house of Esau. All right, now it's being battered and beaten, all right, by his word. All right, because when you go into the scriptures, the word of the Lord is also like unto rain. It said then the rain fell. All right, what it says, like the rain fall, so that my word should not come back void. Matthew paraphrasing.
Yeah.
You know, hey, so the word of the Lord is like matter of fact, let me read that again because it says, and the rain descended, and the flood came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell. A great was the fall of it. All right, so Esau, the house of Esau is going to have a great fall. All right, because the higher you go, all right, the harder you fall. And right now, Esau is at his pinnacle, man. All right, he's in the what you call the at the top of his rule. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, just so you know, so that way you know what I mean. You want to bring it out for edification's sake. It's Isaiah 55:10 and 11. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth and maketh it bring forth and bud. It is talking about the scriptures. Yeah. And that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be going forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it.
Yeah, so the Lord, he already said that this place will be destroyed. All right, like rain come down. That's like, even when you go into the scripture, it's talking about building your house upon sand. All right, now if you build the sand house and you get a heavy downpour, what's going to happen? It's going to wipe it out, man. All right, so likewise, all right, we're coming out here with this word. All right, we're raining down on this place. All right, spiritual rain. All right, and it was doing what? It's crumbling. All right.
That was my land back with you now. I found that joint. You on the word of the Lord right now? Or you still
See where we at.
last little minute?
All right,
Right
we
there.
can wrap it up with that. Go through the spirit. Yahweh. What going up?
So with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom, brothers.
Cause I opened up, so I'm like, fuck,
yeah.
usually y'all